What's up bitches? I'm using the automatic voice thing because I don't wanna speak and I need to get this thing in under 5 minutes. Before I get started, it would mean a lot if you subscribe to the channel. And just as a reminder, this is 100% objective facts, so you are definitely not allowed to disagree with me. Anyway, let's get into this. First off, I'm putting McCree in B tier. He requires mechanical skill, although his ultimate is basically useless. His flashbang is buggy as fuck and his role isn't anything game changing. Essentially his peacemaker is his only redeeming quality. And Overwatch players such as Pine who have popped off hard in the Overwatch League. Secondly is Brigitte. Some would happily Thanos snap her into F tier, since she, in quotation marks, requires no skill. But in the higher ranks, landing her flail is vital to her healing and building that inspire healing over time. Also, Violet, a top 500 Overwatch player, managed to get her to top 10 on 4 different accounts, which no other player has done. So I think she does require some skill. Next up is Hanzo, who I think should be D tier since nobody liked his spam bow, but I do respect players who have mastered him like Argay. Speaking of Hanzo, I'll also put Bastion in D tier for similar reasons, as well as Torb, Symmetra, Pharaoh and Sombra. In E tier is Junkrat, Reaper and Diva. Junkrat purely because of his spam and his ultimate is a free kill in 95% of ranks. Diva because she's my least played character in the game and I feel like I'm feeding with her every time I play her. And Reaper since he has such a low skill cap that I genuinely cannot tell the difference between a Diamond and GM Reaper. In F tier will only be Orisa and Mei. If you play Orisa you're only doing it for senior and you have no integrity left within you. If you main Mei you're a blue-haired libtard who cries themselves to sleep. Going back up in C tier I'll place Roadhog, Baptiste and Mercy in that order. Mercy requires no mechanical skill in terms of aim but needs key cooldown management and her tech also increases her skill ceiling. She is a pure game sense character. Roadhog needs timing and aim to play in higher ranks. As in the lower ranks he can just get away with a flank hook since the enemy team are probably asleep. Baptiste has a high skill cap but his lamp is the most frustrating and broken ability in the game if placed correctly at the higher ranks. To fill out B tier, first up will be Ana and Lucio. They both require high game sense to play, with key tech to learn, but I'm placing Ana above Lucio as she is typically more stressful to play. Soldier will also be going into B tier since only the best of the best, such as Dafron, can only play him in the top ranks without feeding as he requires that much talent to play. For tanks, Hammond, Winston and Zeraia will fill out those slots. Hammond is the least generic character that there is in Overwatch and requires a unique playstyle. Monkey will go above Hammond since very subtle improvements will differentiate a Diamond Winston from a Grandmaster Winston, such as bubble placement. Zeraia will be going below them due to the current state of the meta, however will also be going in B tier due to similar reasons mentioned. Ashe will also be in B tier due to similar reasons to McCree and Soldier. In A tier, we have Genji, Widow, Tracer, and Doomfist. They all have incredibly high skill caps. They are all fun to play. They all have cool skins. And we love to see these characters pop off in the Overwatch League. They also actually have some form of lore unlike some other characters in the tier list. The reason why they aren't any higher is because to reach that level of satisfaction where you actually feel like you're playing in the Overwatch League you need to have either a good team, especially with Doomfist, or be exceptionally skilled at the hero, of which I'm clearly not. Finally in S tier we have Moira, Reinhardt and Zen. As a former Zen main, I know how stressful it is to defend yourself being the most vulnerable target in the game. However his burst damage as a support is unparalleled to anything else in the game, and his support ult is obviously one of the best. Moira since if you're a support player suffering from crappy teammates not punishing players for being out of position, she is the perfect character to play. She allows you to take the game into your own hands at the lower levels of play, and allows you to focus on your communication since her mechanical skill isn't anything too impressive. I also put Reinhardt since he's the most fun main tank that there is, and it's extremely satisfying pulling off a fatty shatty knowing that somewhere else on the earth you had just outsmarted an inferior Reinhardt player. Anyways, that's it for the video. Subscribe, like and comment if you enjoyed the video. I'm trying to upload more frequently and I'm going to try and aim for once every 2 weeks. I have a VOD review that I'm planning to post and a Reinhardt memetage which is supposed to rival level uplifting and Andrew JRT levels of editing. I also have a podcast that I'm working on. Expect to see that soon.